Time. It's something that every one of us possesses, and we all choose to use it in different ways. For so many of us, that means playing games, and for me personally, that game that stands above all the rest is undoubtedly Minecraft. There are few things that I have ever done or could ever hope to do that could take up as much of my time as this one single game has. Ultimately though, as time chugs on, we are forced to outgrow things that we once found joyous and leave behind others that we may still enjoy but no longer have the time for. While Minecraft is and likely always will be something that we can return to no matter the length of time we may have been away from the game, there's only so much time that we can spend grinding out levels and gear or making builds and farms together with your friends and family. As time goes on, people inevitably grow up and their interests shift. Friends and family will change, they'll move on, they'll grow up, and they'll stop caring about the many things they once so vehemently enjoyed. And then what? After everything is said and done, all you will have left are the memories, the experiences, and maybe even the worlds you played on for so long with your old friends or family. You can always come back to survive and explore your old worlds, but it's almost never the same as when you originally mined and crafted all those years ago. With time, every world draws to an end, and bar making a new world for the next major update, it's almost never something that we're entirely ready for. There's so many projects left incomplete, so many goals left unachieved, and so many memories that will never be made simply because time moved on. While abandoning an old world in pursuit of new interests is often never something we're entirely ready for, it's also not something that we really ever expect. Our interest in this solely unique, blocky experience change and fade over time, and eventually, no matter how hard you may try to hold on tight to it, that interest will disappear. For me at least, it always seems that new, more interesting and fun games seem to start popping up after a while. These games don't make me dislike this silly block game, but also make me forget that it's there. At least for a little while. Yet something always makes me come back to it. There's never one specific reason I return to this game, it just seems to be something random, like I've lost interest in other games and I'm looking for a familiar yet forgotten experience, or I think back to the good times I once had with friends I haven't talked to in years, and I just want to go back to those moments, even if just for an instant. Minecraft does and always will have a very special place in my and countless others' hearts. There's a reason that it sits atop the list of best-selling games of all time, and yet that reason is different for almost anyone and everyone who has ever found enjoyment from it. There's a reason this game has captivated my interest so well that I am sitting here right now making this very video. I can't quite put a pin in the exact reason I fell in love with this game. I still remember my first time booting up Minecraft back in the summer of 2011. I remember creating that first creative mode world, discovering TNT and devoting the next 30 minutes of my life to loading a mountain full of it while simultaneously failing to hook up a proper line of redstone and eventually igniting it by hand when I couldn't figure out how redstone worked. I still have my very first survival world, and I still remember that very first mob that I ever killed. It was an enderman, and the first item I ever picked up was its ender pearl. I remember thinking that it had to be of some importance right before accidentally throwing it onto the exact same tile I was already standing on. Seconds later, I punched a wolf, I got mauled by its entire pack, and I died for my very first time. There are very few things that I can remember so vividly from a decade ago, even 5 years ago, but the beginning of my decade-long foray into Minecraft is a memory I don't think I will ever forget. To answer that question that I got distracted from a minute ago, the reason I fell in love with Minecraft is because it can be whatever I want it to be. As the original Minecraft trailer once so memorably said, in Minecraft, your only limit is your imagination. Well, that and a 256 block build height limit. That should be changing at some point this year. For you watching this video right now, you may not care much for Minecraft, hell you may not have ever even interacted with the game besides seeing its merchandise at stores, but I know that you have your Minecraft. The one thing that has captivated you for years that you just always seem to come back to, and regardless of the time that goes by, you just can't seem to let your interest in that thing fade forever. In the background of this video, you have seen only slightly staged moments with my friends, clips that I recorded knowing that time is not going to stop and we had better enjoy what we have while we have it. I know that we will likely never all be on the same world again together, and while a few of us may hop on from time to time, I know that things will never be like they were at their peak. Hank, whose tombstone was first in this hastily put together graveyard, just finished his first year of college and his computer barely functions to the point where honestly, I'm not sure it could run most games properly anymore. Next, there's Sealord. He's off to the military for at least the next 2 years, and as much as I hope he's the same amazing person then as he is now, I have this feeling like he'll be different when he returns. He'll likely have new friends as well as new interests. Brennan is one who will probably stick around for a while, and he's one of the few who I can actually get a hold of whenever I want to do anything. Bunny, whose grave is a small stick in the back, rarely plays Minecraft anymore, and when he does, it's rarely ever with the rest of us. Grungy is about to start his full-time job and hasn't been able to join the rest of us for a bit of blocky fun for damn near a year at this point. And lastly, there's me. I have no plans on leaving this game, not soon and not for years, but I will admit it can get a little lonely when just mining and crafting all by oneself. This video has had a more depressing tone up until now, so I'd like to end it on a high note. While we can never stop time, no matter how hard we try, when we leave old worlds, old experiences behind, we're then opened up to new, potentially better ones going forward. Cherish the time you've got with your friends and loved ones because you never know when that time is going to run out. Yet you never know when you'll meet someone or do something that you'll never forget. You never know when you'll find your next Minecraft. Thank you so very much for watching, stay safe, and I hope to see you all very soon.